It was close but no cigar when the state legislature this year considered passing a domestic partnership bill. Since then, Iowa and Vermont have affirmed marriage equality rights to same-sex couples, and some New Mexico Democrats are poised to restate their commitment to the issue in a few days. KSFR's Dan Garrity has this.
The state Democratic Party meets in Albuquerque this weekend. Every 2 years, they revisit their party platform, and among the items they'll be discussing Saturday is the party's plank regarding marriage equality for same-sex couples. Currently, the platform supports non-discrimination in all areas of public life, including sexual orientation and domestic partnerships. But in the most recent legislative session, a Senate bill that would have established legal domestic partnerships went down to defeat, with 10 Democrats joining Republican lawmakers opposing the issue. Now, after a March meeting of Bernalillo County Democrats, some party members will call for a resolution again affirming those rights, but this time actually referring to it as same-sex marriage. State Democratic Party Chairman Brian Colon details the distinction.
It takes a stronger and more forceful position that basically says, we believe this is something that there shouldn't be a differentiation between couples based on sexual orientation or gender. And I'm on the record, and I've been consistent in my support for equal protection. I really believe that this is a civil rights issue of our day, and I think that this action that's going to be contemplated on Saturday by the State Central Committee is something that we will see come to pass in the very near future.
Colon says he knows there are mixed feelings on the issue among fellow members of the party.
I've gotten mixed feedback, but I do think that at the end of the day, the important thing for the Democratic Party is that we are inclusive. Some people say, look, on the eastern part of the state, this may not be a popular issue with Democrats. And you know what? In our party, there's a lot of room for discourse. As chairman of the Democratic Party, my job is to state the position of the party, to stand on its platform, and our platform has consistently supported civil unions and domestic partnership. I personally don't have any problem doing that, as I believe, like I said, this really is a civil rights issue of our day, and equal protection should be afforded to all individuals in New Mexico, particularly because we're a state that has always been inclusive. We're one of the only dual language states that's protected, the history and culture of our state, and a history of inclusivity. And I think that, to have disparate rights amongst New Mexicans is absolutely inappropriate, and I think we're moving in the right direction.
Some of the 10 senators who oppose the domestic partnership bill have gone on record as saying they have not changed their mind and will once again voice opposition. We asked Colon if he thinks the meeting will be contentious.
I think there'll be some good debate. I think folks will stand up and advance the position that they feel is appropriate for their individual beliefs and for the beliefs of their particular district. But again, I think at the end of the day, I think this clearly one, if not both of the resolutions, I think will pass.
On a final note, we contacted New Mexico Republican Party headquarters for any views they wanted to share on the Democrats' plans. A public information officer told us there was no need for them to comment on the matter. For KSFR News, this is Dan Garrity.